All right, how we doing, you guys? Back again with another light from Olight. I've been doing a lot of these lately. Just the easiest ones to do right now. But it's in this case. You can get this case with it a lot of times. Special case. Inside that case, we got a special light, which you've seen me do the unboxing for, so you probably already know what's coming. You get the little holster for it. Velcro holster. Boop. Get your lanyard. And your charging cable. Oh, there's nothing else in there. Oh, wait. Boom. My Stars and Stripes Marauder Mini. Probably one of my favorite lights I own just because of what it is and how well it works. Standard price on these for your OD green, your black, your orange, your midnight blue, blacks. Sorry, I said black. Those are going to be $199.99. They do have a stonewash color that is going for $229.99. So that will be your standard what you're going to pay depending on what color you pick. This one was a special run. I actually had to buy it on the secondary market. I bought it off a guy either on the Facebook. Yeah, I bought it off a guy in the Facebook groups. I do see them come up on eBay every now and then, though, so you can get your hands on one of these sometimes on eBay, the Stars and Stripes, but you can always get this light. If you don't care about Stars and Stripes, this light, I've actually thought about buying a second one just to have in the car or whatever as a light because of how much I like this thing. Regardless of the color, the light itself is phenomenal. So to turn on, you're going to have to go, you have to turn the dial 180 degrees, this dial right here, and then you just can click it, and it's on. And what I really like about these, kind of the same thing as Secret 4 Pro, it's a variable light. And you get all the way to the top, it'll vibrate time it's on full. And you turn it all the way down, it'll vibrate again when you're at the bottom. And again, you can crank it all the way up, variable when you're at the top. That's in flood mode. It will light up an entire dang room. But then you can change it over to spotlight, and that thing is also wildly bright. It goes a very long distance, as you can kind of see behind me. Obviously, it's not going very long because it's in the house, but that's going to be your spotlight on high, and this is going to be your flood. If it was dark in here, you could see it would light up. I mean, this entire room. We'll use it one day when the power is out just to light up while I got the generator hooked up. Our living room's all open concepts. This thing is wild. Very, very bright. So that's your two differences, but you can also hold it. I keep hitting the fan with it. I apologize. Hold it like this, and you can get red RGB, red RGB. You can get green RGB, and you get blue, blue light. Very, very bright, very good lights. Those can also be adjusted in brightness. Great lights. And then you got back to spotlight. Sorry, hit the camera with it. So that is the settings on this. And your battery indicator is going to be right over. Oops, turned off. You're not getting the thing to focus, and it kind of out of the glare. Come on. That's going to be your battery's going to be on that side, and the other side's going to be what power you have it cranked up to. And then you have this little switch here. You flip to go between spotlight and flood mode. Amazing, amazing lights. I love the dang thing. Probably one of my favorites, actually. I own color white and because of what it is for light. Now, the battery in it, you do have a 32650 6500 milliamp hour 3.7 volt battery. It's a big boy to power this big light. Very great, powerful. Its max output is 7,000 lumens. 7,000 lumens is the brightest this thing will go, and that will light up your entire room on flood. Trust me, it will light up this whole living room. It's very bright. And then you have a max run time of 43.5 hours, and obviously that depends on variable of what setting you're using it on and how bright you're going. We'll obviously change your runtime because, well, that's kind of straightforward. It's going to change your runtime on how bright you have it set at. The throw distance on it with on spotlight, not on flood, on spotlight is going to be 1,968 feet, or what is that in meters? I don't even know. I'm not that bright to change over to meters, so sorry about that. It is a 90,000 candela brightness, so 90,000 candela or 7,000 lumens. Weighs about 16.3 ounces with, as it is, probably obviously if you want to get down to nitty gritty, if you added the linear, it'd be a little bit more, which I don't think that weighs more than maybe an ounce. It does, like I showed, it has the flood selection, the spot selection, and it has blue, green, and red RGB lighting, obviously RGB, which is great for different functions if you need it, those different colors to use for something. It is obviously rechargeable with the proprietary charger that Olight sends with it. You get your holster, and that is the MCC3 charger like normal. And it has, sorry, I'm trying to get this thing in there. Great functionality for whatever you need it for. I don't really take it out all the time. I use it in sometimes, like I said, we lost power. I used it in the house to light up the room while I was outside hooking up the generator. But outside, so I thought it would have a lot more throw than it did. It throws a long ways, but not as far as I thought it would on spot, which I'm okay for, because more or less what I wanted it for was the flood capability and how bright it is. And it is great. I actually thought about it the other day when I was riding my kids around on my in-laws golf cart and it was getting dark out. I thought about how it'd be nice to have this flashlight on flood mode. I could use it as like a headlight for it almost. So that would have been nice to have. But yeah, that's just kind of how it is. But it has its place. And I think this light is an amazing light for what you pay for it. And I highly do recommend it to anybody. But it's a step down from the Marauder 2, which I have not tried, but this is like the downgraded version, the mini version. But I think it's way more functionality than the Marauder 2, and more people could use this than the big one. Nah, that's not to say I do want to get the big one eventually. I'm not gonna lie there, I do want to get that. But so that's the Marauder Mini. That's kind of the review initial on it. It's how it works and stuff. And I'm gonna get outside and I'm gonna actually record. So I have played around with it outside, but when we get outside, I'm actually gonna record some outside footage, and we'll show you how it works. All right, like I said, we're outside, and I'm going to show you guys one of the wildest lights I think I've ever seen, and that is the Mini Marauder at night. So let's turn this thing on. All right, so that is its lowest light right there. If you crank this thing up, you can see everything on a beam. Like, I mean, that thing is insane. If I take it and I go down there, everything. I mean, that thing is an insane spotlight. Insane. I mean, look up there. That thing is crazy. I can see everything back in the woods. Everything that's on highest. And then it has the seamless dimmer. So you can rotate it, the little bezel, and it will change its brightness just like that. But the best part is, ready? Boom. Turn night into day. This thing is insane. Like, I can't even represent that. I mean, that's on its brightest. It turns the whole backyard into day. I mean, I can see everything. See my whole driveway. See everything. The thing's insane. I mean, it lights up everything. It lights up the whole woods. Everything. I keep saying everything I know, but this thing isn't crazy. That's on its brightest, but I mean, you can dim it down. But even on its lowest, I mean, camera doesn't do it justice, but I mean, that's its lowest. But I mean, you crank that thing up all the way up to turbo. That's bright, and that's high. I mean, that's high right there, and that's turbo. High, turbo. So still, I mean, that thing lights up, and that's off. Whoops. That thing lights up my entire backyard. Like, I can see literally everything. Look at that beam shot. I mean, look at that beam coming off that thing. This thing is insane. Lit. Boom. You got red. You got green. And you also got blue. So, I mean, that's pretty wild for this little package. And this is the Mini Marauder. I mean, so here's your beam. Red. Green. And blue. Well, that's pretty crazy on those logs. It's pretty cool, actually. Kind of cool little. So this is in my in-laws field. And that is obviously a ways down there with the Marauder Mini. I didn't bring the X Turbo with me, but I would like to say that I may actually have been wrong. This will throw away down there, but it's not as super bright down there as I thought. Whereas the X Turbo, I think, would actually throw more focus beam that far down there.